Hey, what's up, Cave Trader? That's it right there, no break, pull back. Mm. Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw that. All night, this market was chopping back and forth. We'll look at the Fed Watch tool. So market participants are now expecting at least a 25 uh, point basis cut, but the 50 basis cut is now apparently out of the question. There was a little bit of hope. Now that hope is damn near gone. So uh, we'll see. Let me actually look at the job data, man. Uh, hmm. Oh wow, so it came in better than expected. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I don't know. Continuous jobless claims or initial jobless claims. So the consensus was 228,000. So uh, it came in better than expected. Then let me ask my AI assistant, and then we'll go over it. Honestly, that's probably something that we're gonna start doing. Hmm, okay. So, bottom line, treat today's PPI as a hot inflation print that will likely keep the Fed on the sidelines, especially with the job numbers showing resilience. So, okay, so I interpreted that correctly. Like I said, I'm not here to interpret the data because it doesn't matter what the hell I think about it. Once I understood that about the market, I didn't, I don't see a point in trying to understand or trying to interpret what the data actually means. Uh, but according to my AI assistant with 30 years of economic experience, it's suggesting that we should see the PPI as a hot inflation, as a hot inflation print that will likely keep the Fed on the sidelines, especially with the job market showing resilience. Markets will need to see consistent disinflation before the tides turn decisively in the favor of risky investors. Mm. Oh yeah, I was able to capitalize on that. You said it feels like it needs to go down. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Anybody that was so I initially thought to short this right here, to short the retest of this breaker structure to the downside right here, but I remember that this is the NQ. But I was able to capitalize on this gold short right here. Uh, I saw this breaker structure right here. And so this put me in the mindset that there was enough sellers in this area to sell. There's a trend line coming down. So I shorted 403.03, kind of like in the middle of this range right here. Took a little bit of heat, but I was in this since I think about when this thing. So about like 7 o'clock after the news. I was initially going to kind of gamble the news, but I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that shit. I'll just kind of trade the reaction. And the Bulls were very aggressive here for whatever reason. I thought I was wrong in this, but because they dropped it, they popped it right back up. And then I saw that it was about to fail again. And I was like, okay, I should be good in this. And I was able to catch this leg down, getting my target filled. So I'm done in my funded accounts this week. I don't trade them on Fridays to give myself a mental break, a mental and emotional break. I will say that uncertainty mixed with um, uh, damn, how do I describe that? What words can I use to describe it? Having well, I guess for the lack of better words, having my feelings attached to the outcome is not a dangerous I mean, it's a dangerous combination. I had to stay strong in this one because it didn't work out as fast as I would have liked it to worked out. And the Bulls were kind of showing aggression. I thought I was going to get stopped out. And as I was in this trade, my mind was just telling me to bail on it. It was like, man, maybe you're wrong. Just get out of it and see what happens. And kind of what we was talking about is just for whatever reason, your heart can sit there. It'll sit there and shamelessly lie to you because it doesn't want to feel fear, uncertainty, uncomfortable feelings. And it was trying to convince me to get out of a winning trade, but I was like, no, either it's going to hit my stop or my target, and I just need to accept the outcome. And staying true to my position because I know I saw it right. I mean, it was a break of structure down, so that tells me that there's going to be sellers here. Uh, it kind of pulled right back into resistance without price action. So I mean, even if it does pull back, there's no real support, and all I had to do was just let it play out. Even though the Bulls were trying to aggressively buy this thing, there's a trend line coming down. So that tells me that the Bulls are going to have to not only break above this trend line, but hold above it. And if they fail, then I'm just going to get my target hit. And as I got my target hit and I was alleviated of those uncomfortable feelings, my heart did not say anything. It just went back into a dormant state and was like, okay, I feel better now. I feel better now. So that's definitely good information for myself though. It just lets me know that I mean it just solidifies stuff that I already know. We trust the charts, not our hearts, because our hearts will shamelessly lie to us. And I'm just sharing that as a teachable moment, not only for myself, but maybe you can use it. You said 20. 24-1. Well, okay, well, I guess it really depends on how you look at it. Overall, the market is still bullish. We're experiencing some bearishness for sure, but overall the market is still bullish. But it's that break of structure for me that tells me to kind of trade the short side. I mean, if I miss this entry right here, then hmm, I'll see. ES doesn't look like that shit's about to go anywhere gain weight though. I don't know. I mean, the ES looks like it's about to go right back down. We got 2 more minutes until the orb is complete here. 2 more minutes. Again, we definitely don't have to. We definitely don't have to. I mean, yes, that is a very dark reality. We all live and die alone. Uh, but we do have the ability to make connections with other people. That's also a truth. That's also true. It's also true that we all have the same thoughts, feelings, thought processes. I mean, we all come from the same template. It's our free will that alters that same template. But at the core, if you strip away any alterations, at its core, we're all the same. We're all just trying to survive the best way that we can. We try to cope as best as possible and try to get through this thing called life, which for whatever reason, you got to find purpose or you feel like you're dead inside. I mean, I don't understand that part of our design. I do feel that maybe the humans were meant to be workers of some kind because it seems like no matter how high and mighty we get, we can call ourselves kings, gods, queens, whatever we want to call ourselves. At the end of the day, the depiction that we see on television of all right, so 335. 335. All right, so let's see. 335. All right, so the orb is in. We have 81,000 contracts that was added in the first 15 minutes. All right, so we got the orb high. Let's see. Yesterday I traded against the orb and the orb won. I traded against the orb and the orb won. But in this situation, I'm trading the structure. I see a double top, break a structure, and I'm trading the retest of this move right here. That's what I'm trading right now. So we'll see what happens. Yep. Oh. Let me see. I mean, that's still a bearish candle. We wouldn't be bullish in this candle until we kind of pop back above this candle right here, this candle body. So we're still bearish, at least in the short term. Long term, we're bullish. But it does look like the bulls are getting really aggressive here. Mm. 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 You say Inky's acting like it's afraid to go. Well, right now, uh, like I said, I think I'm about to see which one is stronger, the opening range or a previous breaker structure. I'm about to see who's stronger right now. Hmm. Let me think about this. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Hmm. I'm going to keep my stop where it's at. Keep my stop where it's at. You said you finally see the side again. Well, cave trader, I will say this, man. Uh, I think we'll see. We'll see what happens at this point. At this point, mm, 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 damn, dude. Okay. Okay. Mm, You starting your MES, huh? So, what is your strategy with the MES going to be, Alfred? All right, man. Okay. I think I'm kind of over it right now. I'm kind of over it today. I'm kind of over it, man. Kind of over this. Kind of over it. Kind of over it. Kind of over it. Kind of over it. NQ just snatching accounts on both sides, man. She's making sure that no bull or bear is left behind right now. She's just snatching accounts, man. She just snatching accounts right now in this small little range. Mm, mm. All right. Mm. You know what, Alfred? I side-eyed your comment, and I thought you said Joe Biden. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? It's like Joe Biden out here rapping now. You know, my feelings would be hurt if this thing actually. But I you know what? I don't know, man. I think this probably pumps. I think it pumps because if because I'm thinking about it, if I'm trying to aggressively short this, and the market is designed to make me feel one way, then this thing is probably about to go up because I want to aggressively short this. It's like shorting this market is in my heart right now. So I'm gonna inverse my heart on this one. I'm gonna long this at the orb high, and this will be my absolute last trade in these accounts. Hold on, what? Hold on, what? Yo, what? He says you. He says you tweeted at Joe Button asking when is the presidential mixtape coming out. No votes lost. And why'd you block you? And you know what, Gangway? You're right. I want to aggressively short this. So I kind of thought about this. If I'm aggressively wanting to short this, then that means everybody else is aggressively wanting to short this too. So I kind of inverse myself. This is an inverse play. I inverse my feelings. Really. I'm not gonna lie, man. Mm, kind of concerned about this play right here. Hopefully, I made the right call here. Hopefully, I made the right call because I totally inverse myself. Am I about to find out? That's the question. Is your boy Sherm about to find out? You know what, Game Weight? Like I said, man, if I'm aggressively wanting to short this thing, that means everybody else is trying to aggressively short this thing. So that tells me that everybody can't win. And so as I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is a great opportunity to go long here. This is definitely, like I said, an inverse play from my emotions. My emotions is telling me to short this thing. But the Nasdaq is really good. She's like the Queen of Hearts on Borderland. She's really good at psychological manipulation and torture. If she's making me feel that I should short it, then maybe I should just go long. The Queen of Hearts. Hmm. Mm. So you only like your hands in diamonds, huh, Ganway? Damn, looks like I'm about to find out then, huh? Okay. All right. Well, so I'm about to find out. And then, like I said, this is gonna be my last trade in this account, man. Hmm. I inverse myself, and now I'm about to find out. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll accept it, I guess. Mm. This is what I will do though. I want my stop underneath that. I want my stop at 190. I don't want my stop like right there. Okay, I feel better now. I'll take the little extra bit of drawdown. I want my stop at 190. He said Trump is about to speak. Ah, damn, Trump. Damn. Say something nice. Ah, shit. When does Trump speak exactly? What does anyone know? Financial Juice has the link.
He's moving back to the United States. Car companies, AI companies, everybody's moving back. They're all starting their factories now. We've never had anything like this. It is truly the golden age of America, but he respects our country now. He did not respect our country with Biden. Who did?
Right. I know you're a big athlete. You not only watch sports, you play sports. You always have to try to pre-think what's going to happen. You have to picture how it's going to happen so you know how you act. So the one thing that some people have said is the incentive that could get his attention is economic incentives. Are you walking in that room with economic incentives for Russia in order to stop the fighting?
Well, I'd rather not say because I don't want to play my hand in public, but whatever my hand is, economic incentives and disincentives maybe are more important in a way, but incentives economically. You know, Russia's got a tremendous potential. They have the largest piece of land by far.
Right.
It's massive. It's got great wealth on it.
But all they do is oil. All they do is oil and gas. They can't even they can't even farm.
But that's okay.
That's
Mark
it.
Thiessen, who I know you respect from the Washington Post, writes this.
I feel he's great.
Vladimir Putin's goal is to buy more time. To avoid that trap, all President Trump has to do is hold firm to his stated position that both sides need to agree on a ceasefire now. He will push for a partial or sectional ceasefire. That would be worse than no ceasefire because it would give Russia a military advantage. Your thoughts on his conclusions?
Well, he's a very talented person, and I think he's a real, journalist. You want to give you the highest. I want to give him the highest accolades. I have a lot of respect for him, Mark. I read him. I'll talk to him every once in a while, and he has some good thoughts. And so, I don't know that we're going to get an immediate ceasefire, but I think it's going to come. See, I'm more interested in immediate peace deal, getting peace fast. And depending on what happens with my meeting, I'm going to be calling up President Zelensky, and let's get him over to wherever we're going to meet. I don't know where we're going to have the second meeting, but we have an idea of 3 different locations. And we'll be including the possibility, because it would be by far the easiest, of staying in Alaska. We have big flights and he has the same thing. We have a lot of planes going when the head of Russia, the head of the United States, et cetera, go.
So, Mr. President, did you tell Zelensky to be ready? Did you tell him to be ready to come should you start making legitimate progress?
I don't want to talk about a second meeting even to him. I don't want to even indicate there might be a second meeting. Maybe there will, maybe there won't. So I don't want to talk that. It's not okay. It's not important enough. But it would be certainly convenient if we had a very good meeting, because I'm going to let them negotiate their deal. I'm not going to negotiate the deal. I'm going to let them negotiate their deal. So we're going to be calling President Zelensky if it's a good meeting. If it's a bad meeting, I'm not calling anybody. I'm going home. I'll call you. I'll do Fox and Friends some morning, and we'll have a lot of fun. But if it's a good meeting, I'm going to call President Zelensky and the European leaders, who, as you know, have a very good relationship with. They agreed to pay 5%, and nobody thought they'd even pay 2%. They were paying 2, but they weren't paying it, a lot of them. So, and they're paying 5. They're very unified. I've never seen anything like it. Nobody can believe what we did. I saved NATO. I saved it the first time and made it very rich the second time. So it's, it's quite an achievement, I think.
Yeah, I know you were on with him for about an hour yesterday, but just on what you were saying, the way I understand it, Caroline Levitt had joined Fox and Friends today, and she said the format is, if I got it right, is you're going to meet, and there's going to be a press conference after. Will you be shoulder to shoulder with Vladimir Putin again? Last time was Helsinki.
We haven't. I thought we had a great press conference last time. It was the fake news tried to make it bad. In particular, MSDNC. They tried to make it bad. These are very dishonest people, but it was a great news conference. It was rated phenomenal, and then about 2, 3, 4 hours later, they came up with this stupid scheme about me and Russia, and what did we say at the meeting, and, where do we get the tapes, the old story. But, no, I thought we had a great meeting. And don't forget, we were under a lot of pressure because we had the Russia hoax going on. So I told him, I said, it's going to be very hard. And he told me too. He understood. I said, it's going to be very hard for us to make an economic development deal of any kind, because I have the Russia hoax going on. And anything I do with Russia,
that was 2017.
Say, I'm owned by Putin, which is not even close.
So, Mr. President, you were going to have a press conference today after the meeting, correct?
I'm going to have a press conference. I don't know if it's going to be a joint. We haven't even discussed it. I think it might be nice to have a joint and then separates. So something like that will happen. Or if the meeting doesn't end well, I'll just have a press conference and head out. I'll head back to Washington.
So yeah, if it's not positive, you might head back. Is there any situation?
No, and positive. I will head back.
Oh, I know that. No. I mean, you'll just head right back. You won't have the press conference. I know you're coming back, but
no, I would say I'll have a press conference in either event. If it's a negative, I'll have a press conference to say that the war is going to go on, and these people are horribly going to continue to shoot each other and kill each other, and I think it's a disgrace. And I'll head back to Washington, or I'll have a press conference that's positive. In doing 6 wars, 6 wars, think of it, and I obliterated, and now the term obliterated can be used because the Atomic Energy Commission, everybody said, total obliteration. These pilots did a phenomenal job. CNN and their fake reporter tried to, who's just a scammer, CNN tried to say that, well, maybe the hit wasn't quite as good.
Right.
Maybe it wasn't obliteration. Maybe anything to hurt.
It's
people,
crazy that someone can even say that when they weren't even there. How do you know?
Incredible people that flew.
Were you there at the bombing site to confirm?
Back and forth.
How do you know?
Did one of the most perfect attacks in the history of our country. No, it was a total obliteration.
And, of course, that him talking about Iran. We had a great conversation with President Trump. It went about 40 minutes. You just heard about 17. When we come back, among the things we'll talk about is what would failure be like? How is there any scenario where this meeting in Alaska would be a failure?
You're with Brian Kilmeade.
If you guys want to call in, the numbers on the page if y'all want to call in. Okay. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know how to feel about it. I'll wait until he comes back. I don't listen to that stupid shit. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about that. Huh. Well, you know what? Yeah. Hmm. Well. Hmm. Hmm. Looks like the Nasdaq is the Queen of Hearts for sure. But I referenced a show on Netflix called Borderland, but it's also a Japanese manga comic book or a Japanese comic book for those unfamiliar with that term. And I'm reading that series, and man, the Nasdaq, the Queen of Hearts, definitely describes the freaking Nasdaq for sure because she does play games with your heart. She definitely does. She is a goddess, the Queen of Hearts, which actually is a double entendre. In what is it? Entendre. She's the Queen of Hearts. She knows how to manipulate all hearts, so she's the queen of them. Hmm. And everybody's heart right now is telling them to short this. Mm-mm. Now, Alice in Borderland is they adapted the manga into it's a series on Netflix. It actually is it is very close to the story. They did change a few things. Instead of like there's a lot of side stories that the main characters did not go through, but side characters went through, and they just adapted these side stories for the main characters to go through instead of the side characters. I mean, so far that's the only difference between the manga and the show. And honestly, Asian dramas, Asian television, I feel like it's the best in the world. I mean, what K dramas is very popular. Anime, Japanese and Chinese anime is very popular. Uh, their stories is about. I think I resonate with the Asian stories the most because their stories focus around uh, self improving and becoming your best self, and that's what I relate to. That's what I resonate with. I don't care about anything outside of that. And American dramas is about not necessarily self improvement, but vanity. And that's something I can care less about. How can the world serve you versus how can you contribute to society? So I'm not really interested in American stories. Or I guess, yeah. Was it? Yeah, honestly, I really have no desire to watch live adaptation of anime. honestly, I really don't feel like it's even necessary for a live adaptation of an anime. I really don't see the point of it. Who's asking for that? Who's asking for that? I don't think that there's been a live adaptation that was actually good. I watched the live adaptation of Death Note, and of course, they had to make L black. I mean, no hate to the brother. I mean, he did a good job acting, but uh, when you mm, anyway, I just hate the fact that Hollywood feels the need to change the story. Like I said, not to fit a narrative, but all right, well, they're all narratives. But yeah, it's I don't care what color L is or whatever. Just make the story believable, make the story watchable. And no one cares about what these characters identify as. Like no one cares. Just tell the damn story. I don't care if the guy is blue or black and he likes aliens and but I mean no one cares about that stupid shit. And that's all they put on TV here in the United States and I guess everywhere else, but no one cares about that stupid shit. So anyway, so yeah, I don't care about live adaptations of anything. Because the manga and the anime are I mean, they're good on their own, honestly. I guess the live adaptation of Mortal Kombat was straight. That was straight. Yeah, dude. I mean, it wasn't. I don't. So I would give it a solid 6.5. It wasn't bad. It was just stupid. It doesn't because there. I mean, we all know that the original obviously it is in Japan, but instead of it being Japan, the setting of the movie was in the United States. The one thing about American dramas that I it's like, dude, why would you pick the most? Because like in Death Note, not to spoil it for anybody, but I don't know. I mean, I thought it was kind of stupid. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was. Never mind. I'm not gonna spoil it. But what I will say is this, man. If you choose your partner, if you choose the wrong partner, it really does affect your future. That is, I think, in every story, and in fiction and in real life, your partner really determines how far you get in this world. It really does. I've already shared that my original partner, during a time where I was ignorant of a lot of things, my life literally did not move anywhere. I had to grow and build up my 50%, and my current partner, we was able to move forward. So I'm definitely speaking from experience here. Your partner really dictates how far you get in this world. You really have to protect your energy from people that is not there to grow your energy, to add to it, but only take. But then at the same time, when that person enters your life, you have to be prepared to also give. A relationship is a back and forth of equivalent exchange. And when one side of the relationship is getting 60-40, well, unfortunately, that's not balanced and the relationship is not going to go far, unfortunately. And for whatever reason, I'm starting to have a bunch of these divorce proceedings pop up into my YouTube feed. I guess that's what the algorithm is trying to push out to people. And the one thing that I see is consistent across all those videos is one thing. One partner is still willing to work it out, and the other partner has had enough. Now they're at a stage where they want what they believe they're entitled to, and they're going to demand some outlandish things from the other partner. And as one partner is sitting there in total disbelief that this is the same person that they promised to share the rest of their life with, they're trying to take everything away from that person, which tells me that that person was never there for the long haul in the first place. Because how can you do something like that? Mm. Mm. Well, I don't know how to feel about that, guys. I really don't. I really don't know how to feel about this. I don't know how to feel about this. I really don't. I really don't. I literally had to think about this and inverse myself in order to get this winning trade. Well, let me rephrase that because I didn't inverse myself. I inversed my heart, my emotions, how I felt about this situation. And I said to myself, as I said, for whatever reason, I feel like I need to aggressively short this market. And then I had to ask myself, why? Why am I trying, like, why do I feel like I need to aggressively short into this move? And that's why I cut my short position and just went long at the orb high because I couldn't answer why. I just had a feeling that I should aggressively short this thing. And so that means everybody else must be feeling that same way. Well, the Nasdaq is definitely the queen of hearts, man. I swear she is. She's definitely the queen of hearts. And we're back to yesterday's orb, just like Alfred said. Yep. Or actually, yeah, we're not there yet. R4 is R4 is at range high, orb high. Mm. Hmm. All right, well, hopefully nobody got caught up in that short. Hopefully. Damn, I didn't realize that, but huh. The I guess if you took the ES orb yet again, man, oh man, okay. So the ES orb is working. If you bought the retest of the ES orb, right now you be up. At least right now. I mean, this can. I mean, this is just for right now. You'd be up 14. Oh no. You'd be up 14 points right now. 14 points. So if you look at an ES chart, the ES has now broken back into yesterday's orb. It's broke back into it. And we know that the ES is notorious for, if it didn't break out of one side of the orb in a previous session, if it comes back and tests that orb, it usually, without resistance, shoots up past it. We'll see if we'll get that same behavior today on the ES. And for those that want to mark it on their chart, the ES orb, yesterday's ES orb high is at 496. 496 is yesterday's orb high. Oh yeah, I got like two right here. Nice. Okay. All right. So TP me. Mm, all right. We are trading into a previous area of resistance, though. We'll see how the bulls handle this little range right here. We'll see how they handle it. if the market is going to try to target 24K again, the question is, does the market want to does the market wants to trade above 24K? Is that the market's objective right now? Okay. Damn. And Q is like that. Damn, dude. What the fuck? And Q, like, come on. Mm, mm. Damn, dude. That is nasty right there. That is super nasty. That is nasty, man. That is nasty. I'm pretty sure I'll get my target hit, but it's just the principle of the matter that she missed my target by 2 ticks and decided to pull back instead of just filling it. I mean, this is literally front ran 90. Mm, wow, okay. Okay. Well, mm, mm. I should have nothing to be concerned about. The market is still trending. I just don't like the fact that the market missed my target here. And literally dropped right at it, man. That's crazy. A couple of ticks before it. Mm, instead of just filling it. Okay. Mm. Thanks, NQ. Finally. Okay, so I guess the radio show must be over. All right, let's see what the market does at this range. Let's see what the market does. This was the area, obviously, where the market broke structure to the downside right here. This is where we saw that. Where the hell's my damn thing? Yeah, so this is where we saw the break of structure from this range right here. So we'll see if the bulls. I mean, well, what am I saying? I was about to say something extremely foolish. If the bears are going to hold the pullback here, the correct way to saying this is let's see if the bulls is going to break out of this range and find support on the pullback, because we know that the bears are just, yeah, there we go, stops getting ran. That could have been a sweep right there, actually. That could have been a sweep right there. Let's see. Because I'm looking at this high right here that the market just kind of low key swept. Let me actually do this. Her own little world. All right, so let's see what the market does at that little high right there, because I mean it swept it right there. If we can get over this range and the bulls hold this range, game weight's target of 140, 150 is on the table. But first, this is a range that the bulls have to overcome. And the bulls have to hold the pullback here. Yeah, it's highly unlikely. It's highly unlikely. Okay. Well, we're seeing that pullback now. Let's see if the bulls can hold this. But this is obviously just an ego target now. I have the bulk of this position taken. I should be positive. Should be positive. And I'm willing to scale into this position if we do see a deep enough pullback here at the 200 EMA. We did get price breaking out of 960, so I'm pretty sure probably somewhere in this range right here. Maybe somewhere in this range we could potentially see price and the bulls kind of step out. Maybe somewhere right there. Hmm. Oh, your target's 24.1. Well, why are you shortchanging yourself at 24.1 game weight? We could potentially see 21.45, 150. Why are you stopping at 100? Yeah, we'll probably see R2, R4, or I'm sorry, R2 or R1. If we see a pullback here, that's highly likely where the bulls step up at. R2, R4, 960, 940, somewhere in that range, probably. It would make sense for them to step up in that area. That's where price broke structure to the upside. You got aggressive bears short in this area. I mean, you have aggressive bears short. The bears are continuously getting squeezed out of their positions. They're failing to hold it. They're getting squeezed, squeezed, squeezed. So there's definitely aggressive bears in this area hoping for a pullback here so they can break even. So I think everybody becomes buyers in this area. What the hell am I looking at? What the hell am I looking at? Mm. Hmm. Well, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens here. Hmm. Hmm. Well, Cave Trader, I mean, we traded back into a previous area of resistance where price broke structure to the downside. So, um, yeah, we're getting price to sell off in this area, but I think the bulls are going to step back up, though. The bulls are going to step back up. It's highly likely for them to step back up here. But is the market is just rejecting from this range right here. So now we can use this range as the next time price trades back into this range. It's highly likely now that we'll see a breakout. And so honestly, what I should do is probably move my target up a little bit here. Because if we get this thing to push back up, then we can potentially see price go a little bit higher. Especially past, because our if we can get past this range, the next boss will be the all-time high. Actually, the next boss will actually be the or below, actually. So probably what's likely to happen if we see price push back up above this range, we'll probably see a rejection at the or below. That's probably when the bulls are going to have to hold this range, and then we'll probably see a follow through after that. But if this thing crashes right back down, then actually let me look at the higher time frame chart real quick. Got it. Oh no, that's bullish. That's bullish. That's bullish. That's bullish. That's not necessarily bearish. I would agree that the market is itching for long or for shorts right now. They're definitely itching for one. That's why they're being so aggressive right now. But I don't think the shorts got it anymore. I don't think the shorts got it. they're gonna have to break. The Bears will have to show intention because the Bulls broke so much structure to the upside that it just reset the amount of effort that the Bears have to put out. And we all know that the Bears don't got it in them like that. They don't got it in them like that to do that. So we'll probably get a pullback. I mean, we're getting a pullback here. The question is, will the Bears hold it? I mean, you always got to ask yourself that. And when you say that stupid shit out loud, you're just like, okay, we'll just wait for the Bulls to come back in and buy it. Because I did this one, so this before. I swear, this market definitely has she has a love-hate relationship with my limits, my targets, my stops. She just can't help herself but to not feel it. No matter how close she gets close enough not to touch it. And this is a traveling limit too, so come on, Nasdaq. Fill this limit for me before you push up. And come on, Nasdaq. Damn. Damn. Okay. All right. All right then. Okay. Fine. Okay. All in all, depending on what happens here, if I get filled or I do not get filled here, this will be my last trade for today in these accounts. I am getting comfortable copy trading. Trading the smaller size, I will say that I do forget that I am copy trading, but mm, just gonna combine my two stops. We'll see what happens here. See what happens here. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm copy trading. So 925, 925. No, no, that's good enough. Okay. This area right here is definitely going to be a battleground for the Bulls and the Bears. What the Bears are essentially trying to do is to get price to trade back within this opening range because they know that if they can kind of get price to come back into the opening range, we know that buyers are here with their sell stops right here underneath this range. And that's what the Bears that's what their current objective is trying to they're trying to do right here. And the Bulls are going to want to protect this area as much as possible. So we'll see. We'll see if VWAP is going to protect the Bulls here. If not, then we could see a stop run, a flush down. Hold on, guys. Give me a second to check on. Okay. All right. Shit, off topic. My daughter, for whatever reason, has fallen in love with death scrolling, and it's not even death scrolling. She just likes to see the when she touches the iPad, she just likes to see the if she's watching something, she'll touch something else. She just want to see it change. And so now, to prevent her from death scrolling, or at least at this age, I locked the screen so she can't adjust it anymore. And I was watching her this morning, just angrily trying to change the video, and I was like, bro, what the hell? She did not like it, but I'm not gonna kill her attention span. So unfortunately, she's just gonna have to accept that she can't change the channel and watch what I tell her to watch. And instead of watching what I tell her to watch, she's like, okay, well, fine, I'm not gonna watch TV then. Well, that's also great for me. That's great. Don't watch TV. I don't care. But what you're not gonna do is death scroll through all that content. Yeah, that's definitely true, man. That's definitely true. And I'm sitting there watching all of that. With the short attention span, honestly, I can't deal with that. I just can't deal with that. I don't even want to start to begin to even deal with that. So unfortunately, um, you're not going to get those quick dopamine fixes. Uh, just have her on a watch schedule. Just have her watch certain things at a certain time. And shit with kids nowadays, it's like everybody else is retarded. Why can't I be retarded? It's like, my God, kids, man. Kids. But it's our job as parents to make sure that they get what they need in this world until they're old enough to have what they want. I keep telling my partner, I was like, dude, I don't negotiate with terrorists. When my daughter throws a tantrum, she gets her ass whooped. She has no say. The hell, she's like 10 seconds in this world, and she think that she could just throw a fit because she didn't get what she want. No, you can get this ass whooping. That's what you can get. I'm not your mom. I don't negotiate with terrorists. I don't try to bribe you with food, water, juice, whatever you want. It's either you do what I say or get your ass whooped. That's your only option. And then my partner has a nerve to say, "Why does she always listens to you?" Well, shit, you just give her you give in to her terrorist demands. She is a child. She is not your friend. Her job right now is to learn. I can't deal with spoiled kids, man. I don't like that shit. I've never liked it. I never thought that type of shit is cute. I don't think none of that shit's cute. I tell my daughter, it's like either this is the stuff that you do. If you do these things, you will get mean daddy. And when you don't do these things, you'll get nice daddy. Which daddy do you want? You want mean daddy or nice daddy? It's a big spot for the Bulls here. It's a big spot. Either they defend this shit or they don't. Either they defend or they don't. So what are the odds that if anybody missed the opening range today, if that they're not trying to buy this thing right now? What are the odds? What are the odds? If they don't like I said, if the Bulls does not hold here and show some aggression at this orb high, I may consider getting out of this a little bit early because this is going to be a loser. They need to hold this right now. They need to hold. $866. 866. Uh, Yesterday's low. We could see. Well, that could be the Bears' current objective right now is 866. 866 could be the market's current objective. We could see 866. We could see a flush to like 840 or something. 840, 850. All right. Well, the Bulls don't hold this right here. This is going to be a losing trade. If they don't hold it, it's going to be a loser. He said over analyzing blow. Well, I don't think I'm over analyzing it. think I think I'm if anding this pretty simply here. Either they hold it or they don't. And I'm just looking for another area to potentially see a trading opportunity if I'm wrong here, if I get stopped out. That's all I'm doing right now. And it's highly likely I'll get stopped out because it didn't hold. I mean, this is where they needed to hold and they didn't hold it. So, well, I guess mm, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, if they pop back up above that orb high, then this could be a run on liquidity, but this is where they kind of need to hold this thing. Okay. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. All right. I don't know. And there goes that stop run. Okay. Well, didn't think the Bulls were going to give it up that easily, but well, the Bulls gave it up. They're just going to give it up that easy. But I guess that area right here was just too strong. Just guess it was too strong. Mm. Hmm. Mm. I'm gonna try one more trade here. I'm gonna try one more trade. I'm gonna try one more trade there. He said, "Don't do it." You know, oh shit. Man, man, seriously though. Okay. Mhm. Mm, no, that's close enough, right? Mm, mm. Let me see if there's any opportunities on gold to take advantage of. Mm, 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 mm. It does look like a bearish candle though. Mm, does look like a bearish candle. Mm, mm, mm. So I'm thinking about what you're saying, Game Wave. You're saying, mm, 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 well, I guess I should have took that 66 entry then, huh? Mm, yeah, well, okay. Shit. Mm. Should have took that 66 entry then. Mm. 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 Ugh. Mm. And I don't necessarily have to adhere to it or anything. Uh, 816.50. Mm, of course. Oof. Mm, mm, oof. I'm just gonna front run that orb low. I'm gonna front run that orb low. I don't think they're gonna break it to the downside. I think we'll probably most likely see them come in at the orb low and probably push it back higher. I don't think they break the orb low. Yeah, I don't think they break the orb low, so I'm just trade the orb low. Honestly, Alfred, I mean, this could potentially still push. It's just that we had to get above this range right here. That was the only thing that was in the way was this range. I should have traded it to the short side. I'm kind of mentally not punching myself, but I'm kind of mentally punching the air right now because this was definitely an area that I was looking for yesterday. Um, a range between where's it at? Yeah, 23.95 and 24.15. I was looking at this range for a rejection because of that reason. I was looking for that range. We got it. I didn't think it was going to be like that though. I will say this, man. I will say this. When it comes to bearish price action, it's just kind of hard to, or it's not hard. It's definitely a challenge to trust it in this bullish market because when do you know when the bulls are not going to buy and when they actually do buy? How do you know? How many times have how many times has a short position, a promising short position just goes to the trade just turns because the bears don't want to follow through. And then it's hard to trust it. It's a challenge to trust it when they actually do see some follow through a little bit. The bulls actually failed to push past this range, and the bears actually held the pullback here. I mean, that's surprising, but I guess this is another charts versus hearts. Actually, I got to put that right there too, because I think this was a winner turn to loser. It was a winner to loser, I think, because I was up and hashtag winner to loser. Hashtag high over charts. And I'm documenting this so I can kind of show myself like this was a situation where shit, let's actually go over this, man, because I only got like a few more minutes anyway. This was a situation where I almost allowed my heart right here to kind of dictate this trade, and it would have turned to a massive loss, or not a massive loss. It just would have turned to a loss. But then I had to step back and think about it, and I was like, oh, my heart is telling me to just aggressively short this, even though the charts are telling me that I should long it. And I closed my short position and went long here. And we got price to come up. And then again, the chart was telling me right here that it was time to kind of get out of this long and short it. But in my mind, I was thinking, well, even if the bears hold this pullback, then it's highly likely that it'll probably get bought up. I mean, it didn't even double top, honestly, and then do this, which was surprising, but whatever, whatever. It's not a big deal. I took the chance on the long, and the long didn't work. And my original short thesis is what actually played out here. I mean, you can see the bulls tried to buy it, but they didn't hold it or anything, and then I got stopped out for a loss. So winner to loser, hard over charts. All right, I think I was trading the MNQ contract size. I believe I was in 8 contracts in this position. Trade review. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. This just gives me something to reference, but that's all. That's all the time I have for this session. Oh, my bad. Hold on. Let me answer. So, yeah, that's definitely true, man. Yeah, I agree with you, gain weight. I mean, we talked about it. I mean, I agree with you. We talked about if the bulls don't hold this, and then we're going to see a stop run because all the stops are sitting underneath this orb high. So I knew that if the bulls weren't able to hold this orb high, that I was going to get stopped out. And that's what happened. I'm starting to, man, if this thing bounces at, because I mean, I was looking for a follow up entry around 66, but man, I changed my mind and wanted to kind of front run this orb low entry. But I'm gonna let this limit sit here. If I lose, I'll just be down $300 on the day, plus whatever drawdown, because this is Apex. But that's fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. The market has definitely been challenging, so I wouldn't feel too bad unless you're gain weight. Because this market definitely has been challenging. Our boy Gain Weight has definitely been navigating through these challenging markets. So hats off to Gain Weight. But all right, guys, that's all I have for this session. We'll definitely come back later on tonight and we'll look for more opportunities to earn some more money. With that said, peace out, everybody.